Hello, welcome to another video from the Animal University channel. Let's go for the video. Grasshopper. Grasshopper, any of a group of jumping insects, suborder Caelifera, that are found in a variety of habitats. Grasshoppers occur in greatest numbers in lowland tropical forests, semi-arid regions, and grasslands. They range in color from green to olive or brown and may have yellow or red markings. The grasshopper senses touch through organs located in various parts of its body, including antennae and palps on the head, cerci on the abdomen, and receptors on the legs. Organs for taste are located in the mouth, and those for smell are on the antennae. The grasshopper hears by means of a tympanal organ situated in the first segment of the abdomen, which is attached to the thorax. Its sense of vision is in the compound eyes, while change in light intensity is perceived in the simple eyes, or ocelli. Although most grasshoppers are herbivorous, only a few species are important economically as crop pests. The femur region of the upper hind legs is greatly enlarged and contains large muscles that make the legs well adapted for leaping. The male can produce a buzzing sound by rubbing tooth-like ridges on the hind femurs against a raised vein on each closed front wing. Some grasshoppers are adapted to specialized habitats. The South American grasshoppers of Polyneity spend most of their lives on floating vegetation and actively swim and lay eggs on underwater aquatic plants. Grasshoppers generally are large, with some exceeding 11 centimeters 4 inches in length, example Tropodacrys of South America. In certain parts of the world, grasshoppers are eaten as food. They are often dried, jellied, roasted, and dipped in honey or ground into a meal. Grasshoppers are controlled in nature by predators such as birds, frogs, and snakes. Humans use insecticides and poison baits to control them when they become crop pests. In certain parts of the world, grasshoppers are eaten as food. They are often dried, jellied, roasted, and dipped in honey or ground into a meal. Grasshoppers are controlled in nature by predators such as birds, frogs, and snakes. Humans use insecticides and poison baits to control them when they become crop pests. The short-horned grasshopper, family Acrididae, formerly Locustidae, includes both inoffensive non-migratory species and the often destructive, swarming, migratory species known as locust. The meadow grasshopper and the cone-headed grasshopper are other examples of members of Acrididae. The pygmy grasshopper, family Tetragidae, is sometimes called the grouse, or pygmy, locust. Grasshoppers and locusts are the same. One of the incredible facts you may be surprised to learn is that grasshoppers and locusts are essentially the same. Grasshoppers and locusts are members of the same insect order, Orthoptera. Although certain species are commonly known as grasshoppers and others as locusts, they are actually variants of the same insect. They are generally referred to as short-horned grasshoppers to differentiate them from crickets and katydids. Nevertheless, they are considered locusts when they fly or migrate in giant swarms. Grasshoppers have ears on their abdomen and have 5 eyes. The grasshopper's auditory organs are located on the abdomen rather than on the head. On both sides of the first abdominal segment, beneath the insect wings, is a pair of membranes known as the eardrums that vibrate in response to sound waves. These eardrums, called the tympana, are the membranes that allow them to hear the sounds of their companions. Another fact is that a grasshopper has 5 eyes. 2 of its largest eyes are conspicuously placed on each side of the head, providing an overall vision. A single eye is located at the base of each antenna, and another is just below and centered between the antennas. These 3 simple eyes can detect light and dark. Grasshoppers produce music by stridulating or crepitating. Grasshoppers mainly use sound and sight to communicate. Each grasshopper species produces a distinct rhythm that distinguishes its sound from others, allowing the courting of males and females of the same species to find one another. Most male grasshoppers stridulate, producing music by rubbing their hind legs against their forewings, attracting females. They are characterized by unique pegs on the inside of the hind legs that act as percussion instruments when they come into contact with the thickened edge of the wings. On the other hand, the band-winged grasshoppers make music by snapping their wings loudly when in flight. Grasshoppers' hind legs function as a miniature slingshot. Grasshoppers jump using their hind legs like a miniature slingshot. If you've ever tried to catch one, you will be familiar with how a grasshopper jumps to flee from a predator. Grasshoppers can leap 20 times their body length. A small cuticle in a grasshopper's knee functions as a spring and lets it catapult its body into the air. That's useful for getting around, especially for nymphs yet to develop wings. Grasshoppers can fly. One interesting grasshopper fact is that they are excellent flyers. They will first use their large hind legs as a booster to propel them into the air, then spread their wings and take off. Because they possess such powerful jumping legs, people sometimes don't realize that they also have strong wings proficient in escaping predators. Grasshoppers are diurnal insects. Given that they tend to rest at night and are particularly active during the day, grasshoppers are diurnal insects. This is mainly because they need to increase their body temperature with the aid of the sun so that they are equipped with sufficient energy to stay active during the day. Regardless, they are also known to be night feeders. Grasshoppers destroy food crops. Although a grasshopper eats about half its body weight in plants daily, one lone grasshopper can cause huge damage to crops. Still, when they come in swarms, their behavior changes from a solitary phase to a gregarious phase capable of destroying a farmer's food crops and other important sources of food. Some species of grasshopper cause more damage than others, for example, the differential grasshopper, red-legged grasshopper, and two-striped grasshopper. In 2006, reports showed that grasshoppers cause $1.5 billion worth of damage to food crops annually, leaving people without food. Grasshoppers are rich sources of proteins. Grasshoppers have served as an important source of food from time immemorial. According to the Bible, John the Baptist ate locusts and wild honey in the wilderness. Grasshoppers are commonly eaten in Africa, Central, and South American countries since they are adequately packed with proteins and are an important nutritional food. Yet, eating them out in the wild is not advised as they may have been sprayed with pesticides to control them. Grasshoppers consume toxins. A few species of grasshoppers eat toxic plants and retain the toxins in their bodies, which they employ as a form of protection. These creatures are brightly colored to warn predators that they are distasteful and full of toxins. However, some male grasshoppers have bright colors on their wings to attract females. Grasshoppers can be green, brown, or grayish. Additionally, the colors of the body provide camouflage depending on their preferred habitat. For example, we can always find the green ones in a grassy field, while sandy-colored grasshoppers are often found in dirt and desert areas. I hope you enjoyed this video enough and it was informative. Please like the video and subscribe the channel. Introduce us to your friends. Good luck to you all.